right. Okay, so I just thought I'd do a quick little stream here.
It's my mustache.
You got to slide in a little bit. Okay, so I'm sitting here with Heidi, and we're going to do a craft today, and the craft is going to be space related. So I get a lot of questions about my moon printouts, 3D printing. So I'm just going to walk everybody through a tutorial on how to do a 3D printed chunk of the moon. And we won't be doing 3D printing, but we'll go through all the software process, and we'll actually create the file and go into the slicer and take it right to the point to where it can be transferred to the printer and see what it looks like. So what I'm doing here, these moons are actually, I'm just going to try to put it on the screen with a different camera. Let me see if I can switch over to my other mode here. Alright, so there we are. So let me get the other camera up here, and we'll see if I can get, I'm kind of pointed at it, I guess. A little on the crooked side. I can get this straightened around.
It shows
Might be a little bit hard to see.
It shows technically what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, exactly. So this is Clavicus, which I took a picture of this back in about 2004. And
I wasn't even born.
It was actually published in Sky News magazine. I took it afocally, and that's just what the afocally means. I had a Dobsonian telescope. I held the camera up to the eyepiece, and I took like 300 images, and one turned out to be not so bad. So this is basically what we're going to print out. This is a 3D print of that particular crater on the moon. Another one that I did earlier, this is Rupus Rectus, which is it's a long, very steep wall on the moon. And as you can see, you can adjust the depth.
And there's holes in it that's like 400 feet deep.
Sure. What are the holes from?
It's on the moon.
No, these are impact craters.
What?
Craters. Material
moon,
that's
though.
Hit the moon. Blew a big hole in it.
That's all on the moon.
Right. On the moon. Okay. She's got it. She's going to do this. She's going to tell the story.
The moon's a bump.
Okay, so let's turn that camera off because we don't need that one on anymore. And let's just get right into what we're going to do. So where you get the data for this is from a website, and it's NASA Trek. So if you just Google NASA Trek, it'll come up for you. And basically you can do Vesta, Ceres, Mars, Europa, the Moon, Mercury, Titan. You can go to any one of those bodies, and you can actually extrapolate the data to create a 3D file that allows you to do a 3D print. So let me put my mouse back on the other side. Alright, so here you can see I'm in the Trek solar system, and within this here I can select pretty much anywhere I want to go. So we're going to go to Explore Treks, and that'll bring up a menu down the right hand side. And for this demonstration we're going to do, we're going to go to the, you want the moon? You want to do something, you want a crater on the moon? Let's do a crater on the moon.
What?
Do you forget why we're here?
Because we're doing one of those things
Right.
on a different part of the moon.
Okay, so the different part of the moon. Good. So we're going to go to the moon then, right?
Yes.
So we're going to go to our moon, which is going to be planets, Mercury, Venus, moon right here. Moons. Okay, under moons it's called moon. That's silly. But anyways, it's called moon. So we'll click on that,
Where's Pluto?
and we're going to explore it. Now we're actually loading the moon trek itself. So this is, you can do this for Mars, you can do this for Titan, you can do this for a lot of them. It does come with a tutorial, but for the sake of this demonstration, we're going to skip the tutorial. Okay, would you like to explain what we're going to do here?
So, like, are we gonna, like...
Or would you like to
look-
explain why you have a mustache?
Well, I have a mustache because at my school,
You're over here.
Harwood
looking at yourself.
Elementary, Friday, it was mustache day. So that's why I have my mustache.
It was mustache day.
And it didn't come off, so, yeah. Tell me if you like it or not.
So, yeah. And later, we're going to try to remove the mustache. We're going to be using sandpaper and a belt grinder.
We are not doing that. You're going to tear my face off. But, like,
Okay.
So we're going to look around the moon and find one that I like, and then we're going to print it out.
Yes, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so let's have a look at the moon. Now
I like the shading.
the shaded area?
Yeah,
The
shading
Mars? Yeah,
colors.
those are kind of flat. They don't come out too good in the print because they're flat, right? So we
Right.
want to pick something that's got some depth. But what we're looking at here when we look at this picture of the moon, this moon has basically been unwrapped and flattened out. So we have the side that we see that faces us, and we also have the dark side, like this impact crater here. This is
Yeah.
on the dark side of the moon.
What do you mean?
Well, it's on the side of the moon that we don't see, right? Because the moon is tidally locked to us. It basically it's slowed down to the point where we see the same side all the time as it orbits. So
oh, I thought it like
It's-
like moved around, so he saw like different sides each time or so.
so what interests you? So Clavicus, which is down here. Yeah. No. Here. Good when I'm turned around. Oh, maybe it's up top. You know what? The way this is stretched, it's hard for me to find my way around. But let's just pick something. What would you like? Let's find a decent crater, and we can zoom in on this a little bit and get the resolution a bit better.
Are those like do they go? Are they like it's kind of like a circle and then it comes up above like a bump, or does it go down?
Well, you don't happen to when an asteroid hits the Earth?
Yeah, it makes a
A
circle.
giant crater.
Yeah.
Right? These
So
are
it,
all
like,
crater
skews.
impacts. Something has hit the moon to create this. Right? These are all crater impacts.
Is that meant to be like that? How it looks like it goes like up like that?
Where? Here?
Yeah.
No, that's just the distortion from the way the image is sliced. You won't see that in the print.
Oh.
So let's just have a look around here. We'll zoom in. We'll find something really cool. We'll just kind of slowly go around. If you see anything you like, let me know. Is there anything that interests you? Do you want something with tall walls? Do you want something with a big central peak in it? Do you want something maybe with some mountain ranges in it?
Huh. Let's see.
These are all pretty cool.
I don't really
And you know what?
know.
Here,
I
let's
guess it depends what we
let's
find.
let's turn our. There we go. Now we've got our names on. So
Hey.
What?
Oh wait, I thought it said Rena, but it says Rima.
No.
Rena's my friend.
So let's just see if I was right on that one, because I'm a little, I don't look at the moon that much anymore. Clavicus, there we go. I was wrong. So that right there is the clavicus, which is essentially exactly this printout here,
What about
right?
this one? What's this one called?
That's Rupus recta. It's a straight wall. I can show you where that is here. Might have to do a search for it though. And I don't know how to do a search in this program, so we'll figure that out later. I haven't played with it that much. I just started printing stuff off with this, so. But are you seeing anything that catches your eye?
Huh. Wait. So when you print that out, like, will it get all those lines and stuff?
It's going to
or
get
something?
everything. When we print it off, everything that you see here is going to be in there, and I'll show you that once we select something.
What about that?
Copernicus.
Yeah.
Copernicus is a nice big crater. Look at that. It's got lots of cool details, stuff like that. Let's see what it looks like in the 3D section, right?
Right.
And then, because we might not like how it looks. So to print this, we're going to click on the hamburger up here. Why do they call those 3 bars a hamburger?
Because it has 3 layers, so it's like the bond and the meat and the bun.
Yeah, but that's not what a Big Mac doesn't look like. Do you know how a Big Mac is made out of?
Whole bunch.
Do you know what's in a Big Mac?
Well, doesn't it like the bun and the meat and the cheese and
Well,
the
sure,
lettuce
but that's in every
and the
hamburger. But do you know
sauce
specifically
and
what's in a Big Mac?
tomatoes? No.
Okay, I'll tell you what's in a Big Mac. 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and a sesame seed bun. That's a Big Mac. And one day you're going to work at McDonald's. No. Wendy's? No. You're going to be a scientist?
It depends on what I would like to do.
Okay, well, let's start with the moon. And do you know how to make a Big Mac now? One more time. 2 all-beef patties. Say it
So-
with me. 2 all-beef patties,
2 all-beef patties.
special sauce, lettuce, cheese,
Special sauce, lettuce, cheese.
pickles, onions,
Pickles, onions.
on a sesame seed
on
bun.
a sesame seed bun.
And how do they get the sesame seeds on the bun? Sesame glue.
Sesame sesame glue? Like, is that edible? Or do they just do that to
I'm messing with you. Okay, so we're going to go back to, what's this called again?
hamburger?
Hamburger. Okay, we're going to click on the hamburger, and we're going to go down to create or generate 3D print file. So let's click on that. It's going to tell us to make a rectangle. And then we're basically going to pick the area that we want. So if we want just the crater, we're going to go like this. And try to get it as square as you can. It just makes for an easier printout. Alright, so now here's where it gets weird, and I'll show you both of these. We're going to pick one with a height exaggeration of 1, which is the normal height exaggeration that you get on the moon, okay, based on the scale of how big the moon is. So we're going to submit that. Now that file is generating up here, and it's actually downloading. Okay, we're going to click on it again. We're going to generate another one, and we're generating STL files because that's what's easily read by my slicing software. You can do OBJ, but I prefer the STL file. So we're going to create another one, except this time we're going to do an exaggeration of 6.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Well, okay, so here's the keyboard, right? And this keyboard's got height on it, right? See how the keys are up above the board?
Yeah.
So let's call this an exaggeration of 1, which would be normal. Okay? You have someplace to be. You can't be yawning on my stream. So if we're going to do a height exaggeration of 6, that means we're going to make these buttons 6 times taller. It just exaggerates it so you get a better effect. Does that make sense? Because I'm going to be asking questions later. You didn't know this was a test, did you? Do you want a piece of paper and a pen?
No.
Okay, well,
I'm good.
just keep your thinking mustache on. All right. Okay, so we're going to submit this, and now it's going to generate another 3D file. So let's go take a look at this one. We've already done one right here. So once I click on that, it's going to automatically load it into my slicing software. So let's just see what happens here. Let's open that up. I'm using Creality. You can use any slicing software you want. This one seems to work the best for us. And it does take a bit to load up. And it loaded up on the wrong screen. Okay, let's move this over here. Alright, so here's our slicing software. And this is essentially the file that it's created. Now, notice how there's not a lot of depth there?
Yeah.
That's why we don't do an exaggeration of 1. So I don't like the way this looks. Do you like that? I don't like that at all.
No, it's too flat.
Okay, too flat. Let's get rid of that. Let's load up our second one.
That one?
No, that's the flat one.
Oh.
It's on the wrong screen. Oh, there you go. Alright, so
Okay,
this one
wow,
here.
that looks really cool.
Well, that's too much because that looks goofy. See how that's cutting below the bottom now?
Yeah.
So that's way too much, right?
It looks good.
So let's take this same crater and this time let's do an exaggeration of
4?
whoops.
5?
I would probably say 4, maybe.
It's kind of between, so.
Yeah, let's do 4. We'll submit that. Now, while we're submitting that, because 4 is probably going to be good, let's just take a look at some other craters, okay?
Okay.
Now, this will stay highlighted, so it knows that we printed that. If we go over here, let's look at some other cool stuff. So,
I like it how, like, when there's, like, the craters, and then, like, it's, like, a whole bunch of white lines going, like, just shooting out.
okay, so let's yeah,
sides.
so you're talking like Copernicus
Yeah,
here,
like
or
that kind of.
like
How
this
it
guy
would-
here?
Yeah, how it, like, makes the crater, then, like, a whole bunch of lines shoot out the side.
Okay, well, let's have a look. These lines are going to be hard to see because you got to remember we're going to have to paint this, right? Depending
Right.
on, and then you got to paint your shadows and stuff in. So you're not going to see too much until we get the detail work done. But if we just find something here, let's just pick something different.
Here?
Getting to. Hmm.
Here?
Yeah,
This area?
we're looking for something else here. We'll look for another crater. That's really deep. That one.
It looks like it's coming up, though.
It does.
But it's actually going down?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's just the way it looks. It's the way the program is. You get the illusion that it's heading in the wrong.
Hey,
different.
wait,
There you
if
go.
you go down a bit,
Yeah.
down a bit more, Mons.
This
That
one?
one, it looks like it kind of looks like a witch's hat or something.
Oh, yeah,
At
it
first
does.
when I saw it, I was like, "Hey, that looks like a witch's hat."
It does look like a witch's hat, but we're not gonna print that one because that one I don't think that one's gonna print very well.
Over here?
Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at. Oh, look at this. Here's a mountain range, right?
What about what? Yeah, what about in this area?
Right. So yeah, we can pick something in this area. Let's try
Over there?
over here. You want to do part of the mountain and leading into the flats?
Yeah.
Okay. So how about this range here?
Okay.
Okay. So let's do a large one. So we got to go up to our hamburger.
Click the
Generate 3D print file. Pick a rectangle. Now let's take it like, how about like that?
Good.
Now we're gonna move that here just a second. I want to get it square, and we're gonna do this probably to 4. And it's generating. Now we're gonna move it, and let's just take it like this. How's
Okay.
that?
It actually looks like a crescent moon.
It does. That might be cool to print.
Yeah. Really
Okay,
cool.
so we're gonna click on it again. We're gonna generate STL. Let's do it another 4, and 4 might not be enough depending on what we're doing, right?
Right.
So if we take a look here, we have 23. Okay, which is 22? Did we look at 22 already?
I don't know.
We should be looking at these as we do them. That way they don't
Get mixed up.
get mixed up. Okay, so yeah, there you go. That's better. That's the last one that we did,
Number 4.
and that depth is much nicer, right?
Right, and it doesn't go underneath.
No, that's right. So let's just we just resize this here. I resized everything to 158.75. That way, all of my my 3D prints are the same. And let's just move this up. There we go. So that is awesome.
That looks really good.
Do you like that one?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to leave that one open. We're just going to minimize that one. We're going to leave it open. Let's take a look at this last one here. Downloads. Okay, so that's this guy here. Let's see what that looks like. Because you want contrast, right? You just don't want a crater. You want lots of different stuff happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. That looks pretty cool too.
Yeah, I like it how it has a whole bunch of like holes in
The
it
only
and
thing I
stuff.
would do differently, Heidi, is I would get this crater in so that it's rounded. You know what I'm saying? Because we're kind of
Yeah.
missing that crater. And the exaggeration is actually not bad because you don't want it to be, too goofy, right?
Yeah, you don't want to make it like.
Okay, so let's close this off. Let's go to this image again. Now we've got two choices. We can either make it bigger or we can just move it. This is the crater that it partially got in, right? So obviously the print area is going to be bigger than this. But if we resize this,
Try to
little
get
bit.
full credit.
okay, if we resize this like this, you want the full crescent in?
Sure.
Okay, so we just make it a little bit bigger.
So that one's not half. It's great.
Okay, now we're gonna print it again. But now that was an exaggeration of 4, right? We're gonna do a
Right.
5.
I was thinking that we should
Okay,
do a
good.
5.
All right, let's see what that looks like. There it is. It's coming up now. Trek STL. All right, you want to see what this looks like?
Yeah.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, we did catch one
We
half.
okay. We got which way is this facing here? Like, we take a look at this. Okay, so we're getting that guy in. We're getting those two over there in. Yeah, it's printing a little bit bigger than, because this is the layout here, so we're getting this guy, but we're still not getting this guy. But we got these. Those look funny because
Well,
they're basically deeper than what this is flat. So let me just bring that up a little bit here.
the half one, it looks better than the other half one because it's smaller.
There we go. That'll drop down. Now you can see how we've got the bottom, right? So you like this one better, or you like the other one?
I'd have to say maybe this one.
Are you sure?
Well, I like. Wait, out of.
Okay, well, hang on.
Which
Let's
ones?
do this. And you sure that's the crater you want? We can shop around.
I like this crater.
You like that. So you like that kind of thing, right? So let's look at what else we've got that's on edges that you might like. Like, look at
Is
this
there,
one.
like, any in here that makes a picture of something?
No, not that I've seen. So let's do one more. Let's go generate 3D file, because I think I want to show you this.
Okay.
Okay, and let's do that at a 4. Let's do that at a 5. Now the reason why I want to show you this is because it's got a lot of cool stuff in there, right?
Right.
And Archimedes, that's a crater you could see with, with the binoculars. Okay, so 25 was the one that we did down there. 26. Let's have a look at this. Oh, look at that.
Okay, now that.
That's cool. Right? So let's just let's fix this a little bit here. Take that up. And let's adjust our size to 158.75. That makes it exactly 6¼ inches square by 6¼ inches square, which is exactly what this is. Right? Okay. And we're going to hit the go. There we go. Okay, so that fits my printer perfectly. Now if we zoom in on this, now as far as the height's concerned, the nice thing about 3D printing is anything below the print bed is getting cut off.
What do
So,
you mean?
well, what I mean is we don't need to make this very thick, right? We only need to make it slightly as thick as our first crater. So if I go like this, watch what happens here. Oh, let's select that again. Let's drop this below. Okay. Now you see how there's a hole there?
Yeah.
See that darkness? Okay, that means that that's not getting printed. It's too far below. So we're going to bring that up
So to be a hole.
just till it's finished. And then now we have a nice...
Oh, so it's like it goes all the way until it has like this much between the hole and the bottom.
Well, that, and you can set that depth. But
Something.
look at this nice mountain range in here, right?
Yeah.
So do you like
It's
that
hard
one?
to choose between the three.
Well,
Like they all look really cool.
they all look good, right? So there's your one. That's that one. This one is the other range, which let's make this as small. Let's just to be fair, let's make this one 158.75. Okay, and then let's move this into an adequate position, which that actually looks pretty good there. So there's your one. Okay. There's the other one. So between those two, ooh, oh, those are the same. Yeah, those are the same. Did I not print? Okay, we can get rid of that one. There's your crater.
Why?
Those two are the same.
I like the moon.
Did I not load that?
Why'd you get rid of the moon?
I didn't. We haven't seen this one yet. I didn't get rid of the moon. It's still there. Let's go to downloads. STL26. Maybe I didn't print this. Let's generate 3D file. STL. Did I not generate this?
You already did.
No, because the other one is different. I don't see this one. Look, I don't have it there.
We've
That's the
only-
crater. Those two are exactly the same image.
Oh wait, so we have the crater and then the moon. You did the full one,
Mhm.
and then half of it.
I did, yeah. But now we've got 27, so now we're looking at this one, because I wanted to show you this one. So let's see what this one looks like. There we go. Yeah, I like that one better. And I'll show you why. But, it's not up to me, right?
Right.
It's up to you. This is going to be your printout. Just want to get this to a depth where it's going to be easy to print for us in the time that you're here. Okay, now the size is, what are we printed to?
153.
8.
Oh, 58.75.
0.75. All right.
Now I
Okay.
got my actual mustache.
Now we gotta.
That I can twist the hairs of my
Oh, hang on.
beautiful nose.
158.75. Okay, now let's go over to here. We've got to bring this up because we're losing half the image.
Someone please do.
Hey, that's pretty cool. We'll maybe make that just a little bit taller. Okay, so there's the other one. That's the one that I like, Heidi. Because look at the. That's like, those mountains are perfect. And you see, you've got these all
Yeah.
these little valleys in here
Yeah.
that show depth and texture, right? So we have this one. This one. There's that one.
Can you go back to the first one
I think I'm losing my mind.
for a quick second? I like the last one. Just what did the
This one?
I
Or the
also
last one we did, which is this one right here.
I like the last one. I also I like the last one a lot. The first one, like the crater has like those little mountain peaks and all that. But I think the last one we did.
Close. Oh, you know why we're getting that? Because we're getting these 3 craters in there. It's getting this crater up here in there too. Right there. So which one?
The last one we did. The very
This one?
last-
That's the one you like.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So we picked an image off the moon, and what we're going to do is we're going to slice it. And that what the slicing does is that's going to create a whole bunch of code that's going to talk to the printer, and it's going to tell the printer exactly where to print, where to lay down the filament.
Oh, that's
That's pretty neat, eh?
yeah.
Okay, so let's preview this. Now, it doesn't look like much on the preview, okay? And that's okay, it's supposed to look like that. But what we can do in the preview mode now is we can actually take a look at all the different layers that it's going to print. Isn't that cool? So there's your... That's your picture of the moon, your 3D print of the moon being built.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so we're going to say we've saved that already. So we're going to go back to the moon track. Now before we end this video, I want to try one more thing with the moon track. Okay, and I don't know what it's going to look like or how it's going to work, but I want to grab a large chunk of the moon. Whoa, it's not going to cancel. Moon shape resize. Kind of like that. That's really not square though, is it? Just make it a little bit more square. There we go. So I just want to grab a bigger chunk. And I'm actually going to move this over here like so. There, how's that look? Okay.
Good.
Now, I don't know if this is too much data to print, but we're going to try to generate an STL file. And we want an exaggeration of 5.
Doo-doo.
It's going to look flatter because we're dealing with more area. What do you think? Think this is easy to do?
Yeah. Just gotta fix my shorts. That's all.
Okay, let's see how long that's going to take. 27 was the last one. It might not do it. Might be too much.
Are you hoping that it will?
Well, I'm hoping that it will. I'm just hoping that it doesn't take too long to generate.
Okay, I fixed my shorts.
Alright guys, listen. We're going to finish playing with this. And we're going to go hop over to Mars Trek and see if we can't get some Mars data too. So while this is generating, just really run through it one more time. Go to NASA Trek. Google NASA Trek and it'll come up with the Trek website. You can do any of the moons or the planets that it has up there. And basically hit the hamburger, select your box, select the depth that you want, and send it to your 3D printer to generate.
If you have a 3D printer.
If, of course, right? That's an assumption. To generate your very own 3D 6x6 at 157, 158. Come on, let's get on there. 158.75 X and Y axis. That'll give you a 6 1/4 inches. Nice little prints to put on the wall. You can paint them, shade them, stain them, do whatever you want with them. That's a really cool thing, and it makes for great displays.
And you can do it on other planets, right? Not just the moon.
Sure you could, yeah. Anything that's there, right?
Right.
Any rocky body. All right, you got anything you want to add to this before we go?
What do you mean?
Well, do you want to say anything?
Adios, amigos.
Like, hi, Mom.
What?
You can say hi, Mom. Your mom's watching.
Do you mean?
Yeah, she's watching. This is magic.
Hola.
All right. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions on how to do 3D
Subscribe.
printing of the moon or Mars, drop me a line, and I'll be happy to
Listen to
send you
him,
some
not me.
tips and tricks. Well, you're pretty smart. All right. We're going to
You
go like
know
this.
much
So I got this
better.
button over here that says Stream End.
Stream end.
You want to hit that? Just got to go put your finger on it.
Right here?
Right there.